Now, you know how I have comment of the month?
A comment, is it?
Yeah, this is
Muscle Jacker's brother.
dickhead of the month, or actually moron of the month. Sorry.
What's his name?
The name is actually Pat Barry Moron.
Pat Barry, that's his actual name?
Yeah, yeah. And this is unbelievable.
And I quote.
Well, Lee would get effing raped in basketball, period. He's only good at bodybuilding because he's a manlet. He's not a real athlete. Now that's one thing that guys that are sitting at home, that are out of shape, they love to just say things about your height.
I might get raped in swimming, I might get raped in a lot of sports, but it's like, by raped it means beat, does he? Okay, well, what's he do? We need to know what he looks like, because he'll probably get raped in basketball, bodybuilding, soccer, tennis, everything else. He probably might win in crochet, but even my grandmother would have probably crocheted better than him, so that's why I like when I put something like that. Where do you even come up with that statement, he'll get raped in basketball? No shit, fuckwit, I'm 5'5". But then again, there are some good basketballers, so how does he know? So from the age of 13, I played basketball, and that's all I did. I could probably be very good at it if that's what I put my mind into, but because I didn't, I did this. But like I said, I didn't do car racing, but I got into car racing and won races, won the championship car racing. There's a lot of things I haven't done, but when I've got into it, I've always excelled in it. So how does Mr. Dickhead Moron know I wouldn't be good at basketball?
Well, that was the that was
all net, motherfucker.
That was the second part of my my point was you know, he mightn't think that bodybuilding is really athletic or whatever, but you have proven yourself in another sporting endeavour, which was car racing.
Exactly.
Could you maybe educate Mr. Pat Barry Moron about your
car racing? I won some road races, won some circle track races. Then when I got into drag racing, won a few races, and the next year when I joined the NHRA with the Southern California Drag Racing Association, I got Rookie of the Year, finished third in the championship. So I thought the following year, I said, well, you know what, I'll do every race and see if I can win the championship. And the following year, I won the championship. So, and then I did this big $1 million race in Mississippi one year, in Memphis. And what it is, it's like the bracket races all come out. Call it the $1 million race because they get enough competitors that it's $1 million prize money. I think it was like 400,000 this year. And in my division, there was like 364 cars. And I got down to the top semi-final, so I got down to the top final, like 16 cars. You know, there's four, oh, yes, there was got down to 8 cars. So even when I was there racing, I was having fun. I'd win the race, go back to my pit. This guy come over, oh, who are you? So I said, tell him, oh, you just blew such and such away. He's one of our top racers, he's been around here for years, so I was naturally good at it, I guess. Flex Wheeler covered that race for MD. He came with me and took photos down there, so I almost made it to the finals to win the big money, but I still made a fair bit of money. And then I said, where are you from? I said, Australia. So I got extra money from travelling the furthest. I really came from California, but because I said I was from Australia. So I made a bit of money that weekend too, but I won a lot of races in Vegas as well. So yes, if I put my mind to something, I'm pretty good at it. So if Mr. Moron knew, if I wanted to be a basketball player, I probably would have been good at it, because the NBA does have some short ones who are good at it. So I did magic, I was good at that too, but he didn't know that, did he? He used to play the organ too. So Mr. He probably plays basketball, does he? Because he dribbles a lot of shit. So.
Oh no, he's a you know, 6'5", 300-pound kickboxer. And
I wish people that could put these questions up, or quotes, could put a photo of themselves and then tell us their list of achievements.
Yeah, there was a couple of fans.
It'd be a small list, wouldn't it?
There was a couple of fans that stuck up for you, and Mr. Moron's threatened to belt him up. And
oh, he's one of those.
Yeah.
Come straight to my face. Okay, well. Okay, if you get the pie out of it, we might. Try to others ones too, to get online and do that. They all of a sudden come straight to me, I'll fucking beat you up. And you get the, just because you got muscles doesn't mean you can fight. It probably doesn't, but you know. I'm going to put up a good fight if you come at me, so don't ever get you in a headlock, cunt, because you're not getting out of it. I'll be a little fucking pit bull on you. That's like this too. I know a lot of guys who can fight, and I've seen them get beat by guys who can't fight, because you know, you can box, you can do this in different certain areas, but you know, sometimes MMAs are good because they can do a lot of different aspects. But I said boxing in a ring is totally different to a fucking street fight out in the street somewhere. It's like when there's no rules involved, and same as karate. You're not doing a fucking throw a punch here and I'm going to block it. You don't know what's coming. Then they get dirty and they start kicking and they start throwing shit at you. And their buddies join in. You know? Yeah, so but that's what I always like too when they always say, just because you got muscles doesn't mean you can fight, and who says it doesn't? Tyson did a good job. It's like, Holyfield did a good job, so there are lots of guys out there with muscles who can fight, you know. I understand what they're saying, you know. You get a lot of guys who walk around acting tough because they're big and probably can't fight, but yeah, don't let it fool you. I said, and there's guys who are skinny who can, there's guys who are skinny that can't, so it happens in all body types. But there's always the ones with the big mouth like him who generally can't. There's always that quiet guy who doesn't say a word you watch out for.
No, he can fight. He said
He fought that fucking entity, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to send this.
Yeah.
At least now he's got people to talk to on there. I hope one of the people who he's threatened actually can live close enough to him and actually turn up and meet him and films it.
Yeah, oh look.
So did he put his height and weight and his measurements on there?
Oh mate.
I'm 6'4", mate, I'll kick your ass.
Yeah,
so why is it, that's another question too then. Why is it that always people who are tall and stand over people think they can fight just because they're taller and bigger?
Yeah, oh look.
The bigger you are, the harder you fall.
That's one of the common insults that get thrown at you about your height, and I explain to people that body of yours has got you, you know, work around the world, doing the thing that you love. So I don't think you're going to be really too hung up on.
It's funny because when people actually meet me, they're like, "Oh, you're taller than we thought."
Yeah, that's.
Like, you think I was a midget?
Yeah.
When I go to the doctors, he says I'm 5'5.5". People go, "Oh, you had the half on." I said, "Well, that's what the doctor told me when you stand up against the height chart." So, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5. Then you could say I was short, but I don't know. For me, that's the thing. My height's never bothered me. It seems to bother other people.
Yeah. Yeah. I just think that body of yours has got you to Olympia, won Mr. Universe, drag raced, all the things that a lot of guys dream of. So
modelling jobs in America and the big billboards. Remember, you know, Soul Beer?
Yeah. I
did that with Herb Ritz, Sean Ray and I. It was on big billboards in Mexico, and how many covers have I been on and stuff like that, and even sporting mags overseas. And but yet, I guess, what do I know?
And what's the weirdest place you've had fans from?
Weirdest?
Well, you know, most unlikely place that you've...
Probably the time, I'm not sure I mentioned the time I was in Ocala, Florida, on the lake there. I was on a Sea-Doo, a jet ski thing, and the fuel was getting low, and I saw this sign saying fuel up this thing, so the river's probably about, from that pole, or from, say that, see your green thing there?
Yep.
From there to about here. So you get like a nice sized boat up there, so I go meandering up this thing about a kilometre, and here's this rickety old fucking wooden thing and a shed and that. Guy sitting there in a chair in his overalls, just like from Deliverance.
Yep.
One of those fucking pumps on there that you fucking wind to get the petrol out of. I pull up and he's like, "Oh yeah, so I just need some petrol." As soon as I pull up, "Aren't you Lee Priest?" I'm like, "Oh fuck, I'm not going to get out of here, I'm going to be fucking locked up like in Misery." He's got this big southern accent, you know, from the Hilly Billies, and he's filling it up and stuff. Tell me he reads the magazine so he knew who I was. And I hear him thinking, in the middle of fucking nowhere, this one guy who looks like he's from Deliverance knows who I am, and I'm going to die right here. But I didn't. You bump into weird people every place. It wasn't weird, but it just seemed quite funny in the middle of nowhere to meet someone who knew who I was in that far. But then I think I could go anywhere really. I've been places where actually I've had people with me, even John Snyder, Bo Duke from the Dukes of Hazzard, and like we used to hang out a lot. And when we'll go places, we could be in airports or somewhere, and just the random people that would come up to me and know me, he goes, "It's so funny, Lee, that so many people who know you, who don't even look like they're into training at all, but yet they know me from either magazines or whatever, or their friends might be into it." So I have a very big spectrum of people that know me that, like I said, aren't even really involved in bodybuilding. So I touch all walks of life there.